What's up, guys? I'm Vocal Strike, and welcome back, welcome to the finale of Yu-Gi-Oh! Legacy of the Duelist Link Evolution. That's right, not just the finale of the Arc 5 story, but the game as a whole. Last time we have defeated the Supreme King Zarc, and this time we have one last duel. Well, two last duels. Though Zarc was beaten, he was not defeated. He would resurrect to wreak havoc again, unless, after Riley forced Ray's spirit from her body, Riley absorbed Zarc's spirit instead to seal him away. And Yuya was freed from Zarc's control. But she hasn't laughed or smiled since. It must be Zarc's darkness that won't allow her to feel even a moment of joy. Yes. And if Zarc's darkness grows, Zarc will return to threaten the world. Honestly, I've always thought that Riley was a boy. But no, Riley, I guess, is a girl. What they're not mentioning is that everyone remembers what happened, but basically all the dimensions kind of reset, I guess, in a sense. Now the standard dimension is called the pendulum dimension, as now pendulum summoning is now commonplace. On top of that, Riley has been turned into a baby. There's got to be something we can do. There's always something we can do. Not we, you. It all depends on me? Yes, Yuya. The fate of the world rests solely on your shoulders. Your one last mission is to make Riley smile. Make Riley smile? If Zarc is darkening Riley's heart, then the only way to conquer it is to make Riley feel joy again. And I believe only the best dual-taning can bring a smile to Riley's face. The best dual-taning? You'll have one final duel. One last chance to dual-tane and make Riley smile. If you succeed, I'll promote you to the pro ranks. But if you fail, you must never duel again. Never duel again? Well, that's a risk I have to take. Now, who is it I gotta face? The only one worthy of such importance. Everyone. Yuya will now take his pro exam, and his opponent will be me. Remember, Yuya, to pass this test, not only must you win this duel, you must also make Riley smile. Got it. It's showtime! This is a rematch between Yuya and Declan. The last time they dueled, it resulted in a DNF, as Declan was called by the Leo Institute and had to end the duel prematurely. But Declan was going to win. This is the rematch. Even though Declan says that he's only dueling Yuya, that is not the case. Yuya, it has to duel people across all the dimensions. From the Xyz dimension, he had to duel Dennis. From the Synchro dimension, he had to turbo duel Jack, which the track spanned across all 4 dimensions. From the Fusion dimension, he either had to duel Sora or Aster Phoenix. And then in the now in the standard dimension, which is now known as the pendulum dimension, he has to duel Declan. Also, Yuya has all 4 of the dimension dragons now, which is Dark Rebellion Xyz Dragon, Clearwing Synchro Dragon, Starving Venom Fusion Dragon, and Odd Eyes Pendulum Dragon. Oh, and they put an Odd Eyes Phantom Dragon in the deck as well. Dragon. What can you do again? Once per turn, when an attack is declared involving your face-up monster and an opponent's monster, if you have an odd eyes card in your pendulum zone, you can make that monster you control gain 1,200 attack points until the end of the battle phase, even if this card leaves the field. If an odd eyes card or cards you control is destroyed by battle or card effect, you can special summon one odd eyes monster from your hand, deck, or graveyard. You can only use this effect of Odd Eyes Zarc Pendulum Dragon once per turn. Monsters you control gain 300 attack points. Let's say you for now. And see what Declan does. Oh, he must not have a very strong monster. That's a wall monster. What are you? Perform Power Odd Eyes Minotaurus. Calculation of your pendulum monster attacks an opponent's monster. You can make that opponent's monster lose 100 attack points for each Perform Power Odd Eyes card you control during damage calculation only. If your Performer Power Odd Eyes monster attacks a defense position monster, inflict piercing battle damage to your opponent. Let's bring you out. Two level 4s, level 7, and level 8. And then let's go ahead and summon you. And unfortunately, Odd Eyes Phantom Dragon does not have... Damn. Oh, I'm gonna have to Pendulum Summon. Except I can't. Oh yeah, double D Swirl Slime. That wasn't really gonna do anything. I mean, damage is damage, I guess. Cosmic Cyclone. Play 1,000 life points to target one spell or trap card on the field and banish it. There we go. What was that? Triple D contract change. Once per turn, when an attack is declared involving your face-up monster and opponent's monster, if you have an Odd Eyes card in your Pendulum Zone, you can make that monster you control gain 1,200 attack points until the end of the battle phase. Sure. Let's do more damage. During damage calculation, if your Pendulum monster attacks an opponent's monster, you can make that opponent's monster lose 100 attack points for each Perform Power and Odd Eyes card you control during damage calculation only. Okay, let's do even more damage. Dark Contract with the Gate. Oh, he's gonna fusion summon. Triple D Dragonbane King Beowulf. And another fusion summon, which is another Beowulf. Oh boy. This is gonna hurt. This is gonna hurt a lot. Huh? Now he's Exceed summoning them. Triple D Super Doom King Dark Armageddon. Let's see. Performer Pal Odd Eyes Synchron, Odd Eyes Pendulum Dragon. Performer Pal Odd Eyes Dissolver. At the start of the damage step, if your Pendulum monster battles an opponent's monster, you can special summon this card from your hand. And if you do, your monster cannot be destroyed by that battle. You can only use this effect of Performer Pal Odd Eyes Dissolver once per turn. During your main phase, you can fusion summon one fusion monster from your extra deck, using this card you control as fusion material, as well as other monsters you control or cards in your pendulum zones. Performer Pal Odd Eyes Light Phoenix. You contribute this card and target one Performer Pal monster you control gains 1,000 attack points until the end of this turn. When an opponent's monster declares a direct attack, you can have a card in your pendulum zone. You can destroy the card in your other pendulum zone, and if you do, special summon this card. How much attack points does this guy have? 3,500. That goes up to 24, and then loses 100 attack points for each Performer Pal Odd Eyes card you control. I think that counts these as well. So that's 300. That brings it down to 3,200. That's not enough. I need a really strong card to make this better. No, that's Pendulum summoned. Odd Eyes Unicorn. This card's normal special summon. You can target one Performer Pal monster in your graveyard, gain life points equal to its attack points. I need as strong a monster as possible. $3,900. Oh, and he knows it. He knows he can't beat that card. Performer Pal Lizard Draw. If another face-up monster you control is destroyed by your opponent's attack or card effect, you can draw a card that's equal to the number of Performer Pal monsters you currently control. If you have a Performer Pal card in your other pendulum zone except Performer Pal Lizard Draw, you can destroy this card, and if you do, draw a card. If the card is destroyed, you can place it in your pendulum zone. Once per turn, if you have a double D card in your other pendulum zone, you can special summon one Triple D Exceeds monster from your extra deck, except Triple D Super Doom King Dark Armageddon. And let's get rid of the tuner monster. Perform a power whip snake. No point because I won't do any damage. Okay. The odds are in our favor. And he can't keep those spell cards going for long. What's this? Oh yeah, Whip Snake. Oh, that's it. Unless that's a Mirror Force, I win. You know what? Let's go ahead and bring out Odd Eye's Pendulum Dragon. You know, part of me was kind of hoping I'd be able to bring out the other all 4 Dimension Dragons, but nope. Okay. After an entertaining duel for the ages, the crowd erupted in applause, and among the cheers a single voice rang out. Riley. Hear that? Riley's laughing. As the winner of this duel, Yuya Sakaki advanced to the professional ranks. I knew you had it in you, Yuya. That you'd remember that your dual-taning can only make people smile if it makes you smile first. Riley is laughing, so Zarc's evil is gone forever. Yuya. Zuzu. I knew you'd save the world. You just can't help yourself. Oh yeah, that's actually another thing. Even though everything kind of more or less resetted to a certain extent, Yuya, Yuto, Yuri, and Yugo are still united, as well as Zuzu, Selena, Rin, and Lulu are all still united. But Zuzu actually disappeared from existence and was wiped from everyone's memories until Zuzu's father actually remembered her, and during this action duel, he got everyone else to remember too, which brought her back. You know, I try, Zuzu. I know. That's a wrap. Yuya achieved his goal of becoming a pro duelist, but he had one more duel waiting for him. Now, my son, your journey is only just beginning. Whoa, Dad? Yuya, becoming a pro dual-tainer means embracing each new duel as a new challenge to overcome. Are you ready to take your dual-taining to the next level, son? You bet! Dad, you sure did teach me a lot, but you didn't teach me everything. It's time to swing into action! Yusho Sakaki uses the Performer Power archetype. And this duel, we never actually see. In the anime, it is shown that Yuya and Yusho were gonna have an action duel against each other. But we never even see the first card drawn. Let's see. Okay, yeah, we just have one of each dragon now. And we even have Odd Eyes. Odd Eyes Fusion. Fusion summon one dragon fusion monster from your extra deck using monsters from your hand or field as fusion material. If your opponent controls 2 or more monsters and you control no monsters, you can also use up 2 Odd Eyes monsters in your extra deck as fusion materials. You can only activate 1 Odd Eyes fusion per turn. Shuffle 3 pendulum monsters into the deck from your graveyard and or face up from your extra deck. Then draw 2 cards. You can only activate 1 Pot of Riches per turn. You cannot special summon the turn you activate this card except by pendulum summon. Oh, he put in a ritual monster in the deck. Let's bring out let's bring out Odd-Eyes Dragon. Two dark monsters on the field. But that duel with Declan was also the final duel of the manga. But the duel was actually super close. Yeah, sure. The duel was actually really close. It actually resulted in like both fields being empty, and it was an action duel. With no cards in the hand at all. So it all came down to one final draw. I believe both sides only had 100 life points left. So all they really had to do was just draw a level 1, 2, 3, or 4 monster with at least 100 attack points. So Yuya draws his card, and he draws Odd Eye's Phantom Dragon, which is his ace, but he couldn't summon it. Oh, no. So it all came down to one final action card that was left on the field, and it was a race. They were neck and neck. Yuya manages to grab it, and the action spell ends the duel. Because the action spell's effect was that the opponent takes 100 points of effect damage. Yuya and his friends continue their journey duel-taining the audience, but that's a story for another time. And with that, we have finished every single story in the game. Well, sort of. The next episode will be the bonus episode, where we will learn about Link summoning as well as cover a few other things. Thanks so much for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell for notifications. I'll see you all in the next episode. Bye.